to the Badlands. Are you guys embracing it? Are you? What's the deal with that?
It's pretty right. I mean, I think it's got more blood and gore than The Walking Dead does.
I disagree with that, but I do feel that when it comes to how they shed blood in the show, it's a lot more visceral, considering that it's like two martial artists that are going at it.
Right.
And just the way that it's choreographed is just so on point that when you do see someone get that finalizing slash or strike, it's just meaty and bloody. And it's great.
Well, that's what I saw. I only the first episode I saw was last week's episode.
Okay.
So it's just blood and gore right from the start.
That was a bloody one. The first two I want to say are arguably more bloody, but
I haven't seen it all yet. But they weren't that bloody. I guess they were setting up the characters and all that, right?
They did quite a bit. The last two episodes, they did quite a bit of character development. The episodes, I don't know. I feel like they had to kind of fall into their groove in the first two episodes. They did the setup, and that was fine. They had to balance that out with the action, and that was fine. They had to build the world, and that was fine. But now I feel like in these last few episodes, they're expanding the story a bit and actually having people do things. Like, for example, Danny's character, he's the one Asian fellow, black hair, the main character, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He's had an interesting little trek as a character because he's relegated to the idea that now he has to leave his Baron, who's the insane guy who with the southern accent. Because this guy,
the plantation
this dude,
owner,
he realizes that this guy is a freaking madman, and I have a kid on the way with this girl. That's Vale. That's his like little wifey. She's about to have a kid. He wants to leave, but at the same time, he knows that he's stuck in a pretty precarious spot because wherever he goes, this Baron guy will follow him. Because he has a tumor in his brain and he's insane. And if you watched, I don't want to spoil it for you, Dean. I really don't want to spoil it for you because that was one of like the quintessential moments where you realize that this guy, this Baron character, is just absolutely bat-ass crazy.
But yeah, I noticed he wasn't normal.
Because of this tumor. Yeah, so if you saw the last episode, did you see where he got into a fight with the one Baroness chick, the widow?
Yeah.
He had her on the ground. He beats her. He's about to go for that final strike, but then he gets the headaches. That's part of his situation, and it's not good. He knows that he has like X amount of time left to live, and it's not good. So he's just like, forget everything. I'm gonna do what I want. So it's kind of funny watching Sonny's character balance out his loyalty between this Baron guy and this family that he's trying to start with this girl that he really digs. And at the same time, he has this student who's little kid MK.
Right.
He starts training him in this last episode. So it's really funny seeing how the character trajectories kind of like bounce off of each other and how they interact. So far, yeah, I really dig it. And when it comes to the other characters, like with the Baron's wife and his son, did you see the scene where he's like all wounded, the son? He's in bed,
right,
and the mother's talking to him, and she's like, "You're not cut out for this." That was probably one of the best scenes I've seen in the series thus far. It was a very human moment between two villainous characters.
I caught a good episode there.
Yeah, you caught one of the good ones.
It was bloody. It was.
Oh yeah, totally bloody. They don't shy away from that at all. I love it. The action is dope. The characters are, if a bit familiar, they have that Western vibe to it when they talk to each other, which I like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would definitely keep watching. I hope they pick it up for another season. I think they will. The fan response has been pretty good for this one. So, yeah.
You know, you remove the swords and you could easily have a Western.
It'd be Western. It would just outright be a Western if you took away the swords.
It's just a veiled show that's a Western.
Yeah. And
like I still say Gotham is a Western with James Gordon coming to town to clean it up.
When I was watching it, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see him as being like the new sheriff in town type.
Yeah. There's a lot of that element to it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, me and Seven are still wondering where they're going to explain where all the guns went and how they keep them from getting into the city.
Yeah, because if you're anti-establishment, you'll just make a gun.
Or, you know what I thought would be a cool little way around that? Because if it's a kung fu flick mixed with a Western, and you have characters where you're not supposed to have guns, you take the nunchaku, you take those, you meld it with like a gun, so you have a character that has nunchucks, but they have like the gun setup. and it's like a hidden thing.
Wait
So
for the bullet to go off.
he swings it, the bullet goes off. Yeah, but that would be pretty awesome. He'd be that skilled to where he can just like shoot it off and then still get the kill.
Anybody? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Bruce Lee, God bless him. Did you see him with the ping pong and the nunchuck?
Yep, that was one of the grip. Trust me, I worshipped Bruce Lee when I was a kid. I saw that video. That's control.
Incredible.
That's just someone who's perfected what he does.
To play ping pong with nunchucks, it just like not even working a sweat.
Yeah, didn't even. It was just seamless to him.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, perfect. So you can have a character that's like that. Think of it like a shout out to like a Bruce Lee type, where he has the Jeet Kune Do, he does the whole, but he has like the nunchucks that have the gun attached to it. Tell me that wouldn't garner like a whole fan.
That's no way.
Yeah, that would totally garner a whole troop of fans that would totally cosplay as that character.
Definitely a Robert Rodriguez film.
That does, that has a Robert Rodriguez feel to it. And once again, that's probably why you feel like the show should be on El Rey.
Yeah. I'm just like, they sold it to the wrong channel, man.
It fits, man, because he does love all those, the westerns, the kung fu flicks, the almost like hokey type of like dialogue. He's all for that.
Yeah.
By the way, it's very interesting how they have the very male chauvinist kind of approach to women on that show, but at the same time,
you think so?
But at the same time, you have such strong female characters that are kicking butt, equal if not above the men. Like for instance, if you're a baron, you could have multiple wives, this and that. You could see like what is it? The main character, Danny's character,
Sonny.
Sonny's character. I don't know why I keep going Danny. Sonny's
well,
character.
because his real name is Danny. His real name is
okay,
Daniel
gotcha.
something. I want to say it's like Daniel Wu.
Sonny's character, his woman basically stays home. She's making stuff. She's very, it definitely keeps pointing to this whole Southern belle, this whole, 1800s kind of vibe. But then you have the widow, which is like, I can kick everybody's butt. So it's very interesting, the mix of characters, female characters on it, and how that society has such strong female characters and such stereotypical, your place characters in it too.
They do kind of mix and match that a lot. And it's funny that you bring that up. You're right, because when it comes to the parents, he does have the multiple wives, and they kind of play their position. However, at the same time, and I don't even know if we can attribute this or give props to the writers for this.
Right.
It's how can I say it? Their roles are like, geez, okay, let me rephrase. When it comes to like his wife, for example, she plays her position well. She's an advisor. She's like a caretaker of sorts. And when she realizes that, dude, this guy is gonna die and my son is gonna do something stupid, she goes in almost as an advisor to her son and her husband. So I don't know if like the male chauvinist element really kicks in on that one. And when it comes to the widow, you're absolutely right. Right. Because she's just, the way how she gained power was corrupt, but it's no more corrupt than any of the other men that she's working with. So she's right there. And then she trains like her daughter, Tilda, and this troop of like, dope, blue-clad female warrior assassins. I think it might even be just like they take those like chauvinist tropes that you were talking about,
right?
And they almost make fun of it because it's like I can have as many wives as I want, and I'm gonna sit there and talk down to you,
right?
But at the same time, she's just as important, if not more so, than him.
Yeah.
And you have this widow character who everybody clowns on because she effectively killed her husband, but she's freaking a G.
Right.
She like takes no crap from anybody. She is down to drown. You see her take out an entire room of guys in like episode 2, and you're just like, it has probably one of like the most brutal blade-based kills you see in the entire series.
Right.
We're watching, you're just like, holy crap, she just yapped this dude hard. So yeah, I think they're aware of that, the whole chauvinist thing, and they really poke fun at it.
I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think we need more of it. I think that if you're gonna do it, have that balance and put a whole bunch of different images out there. It's more true to life, and also it's something that, my little niece that's 6. I wouldn't let her watch that because it's too violent.
Yeah, I'd be like, you let her watch that? Ooh, man.
But when she gets a little older, I was like, I want you to see some girls kicking butt and dudes kicking butt.
And when you
know?
see like even down to the chick that works at the brothel, dude, she had scrapums, man. She
Yeah.
was going toe to toe with Sonny, and it's like at the end, she's like, "You're not gonna get me to talk," and then she just falls off the edge, and I'm just like, dude, she went out like a rider though, like no joke. So yeah, keep watching it, guys. Come on, join us, Evan.
Yeah.
Just give up on Walking Dead and just
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should stream the Badlands live,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, just stream Badlands. Come on, man, one of us.